It's Motivational Mondays. Yeah. Yeah, Motivational Mondays. So, I know y'all probably like, damn, what was that? So anybody, I don't know how y'all deal with your motivation or whatever. Me, it's very a humor. I like humor in everything. Everything. Do you hear me? Everything. Like death possibly too. I find the humor in everything. Anyway, oh, that's not it fucked up. Not in like death, because if somebody dies, I would find the humor out of it. I'm not even about to finish that lie on camera. I would find the humor out of it. But in good humor, not roasting on how they pass, but of their life. You know, a celebration of life. I'm digging this hole way deeper. I'm just going to stop and continue with the topic of the video. Motivational Monday, however. I've been procrastinating about this topic for the longest, ever since I graduated college, guys, because I just felt like it was a very, very broad topic. And I never was worried about running out of topics for this. However, I was just really worried about, how can I say, I guess people being able to relate to it. You see what I'm saying? So I've noticed this, guys. I've been going through this little, not find myself, but create myself. Because that's the way I look at it. Ever since I was in college and, I started this topic, the Motivational Monday, I started with, a time when I was trying to go through that cliche phase, finding yourself. And in going through that phase, I figured out that it wasn't about finding myself. In order to find someone, that certain person has to be real. They have to be there. So I realized my problem wasn't about finding myself. It was more so about creating myself. Because, like I've told you guys many times before, I'm adopted twice. So, I've been in and out the system, moved around a lot. I've had to... That's why a lot of people always have told me that my voice changes a lot. And then you guys will be the best judge for me, because you'll be able to go through all my videos and tell. But, and fun fact about me, I don't rewatch my videos. Isn't that weird? Fun fact, I swear I just post them. I never rewatch my stuff. I just post it. Because I'll know when I'm talking if I mess up. And so I'll just restart if that's the case. But anyway, so I figured out that it was about creating myself, not really finding myself. So because I felt like I had different backgrounds from so many different places I had been, that I hadn't really made myself. I had tried to take bits and pieces of everywhere I had been and create this Ashley. And really I needed to just make my own self. But anyway, I feel like that's what makes me. So that was all the way back in college when I first started this topic, Motivational Monday. So I got to the point of basically realizing that that's what it's about. And that I'm no longer going to try to find a cliche or generalized topic about motivation. Motivation is whatever it means to you. And however you want to find your motivation is how you want to find it. Some people use humor like me. Some people use, I don't know any other example to give you, because humor is the only one I use. So if you got that. But yeah, so anyway, this morning I started to not do this one for real, guys. I'm gonna be real. I almost didn't do this shit for real, because I'm not gonna say I wasn't feeling up to it, because I do feel up to it. First of all, it's my granny's birthday, so shout out to my granny. Love her. She's amazing, amazing. She's my angel on earth. Today's her birthday, so I called out, because I'm gonna try to go over there and surprise her, and maybe get her a little mini cake or something. So anyway, I woke up just not really feeling like doing my video. I don't know. I just didn't. And I'm real big on signs, like spiritual signs, religious signs, for anybody who knows me. And this morning I woke up and I was like, God, send me a sign, please. And he did. I was scrolling through Facebook when I shouldn't have been. And I seen a video of a preacher saying how he was in his Camaro one day, and a younger guy pulled up beside him in a nice car, and we kept revving his engine. So the pastor said he was thinking like, is this guy trying to challenge me? So he said, he rolled the window down and was like, what's up? And the guy was like, yeah, what's up? Let's race. He said, then the guy happened to look down right after he said that and looked at the pastor's car and seen the symbol on his car. And I don't know about guys. Only guys who know cars and all that extra shit could know what the rest of this story means, but I don't. But he basically said that the guy looked down at the passenger car and was like, oh, you know what? He seen the symbol on his car and knew it meant it was something bigger in the engine. And he said he instantly told the pastor, oh, never mind. I don't want to race no more. Never mind. So the pastor, the way he configured that into a story of motivation, that was my sign for me, because he said, and that's what it is with most of us. a lot of times we or either other people don't understand our lives, why we do what we do, why we say what we say, and it's because there is something bigger in us. And it's not for them to see. But everybody really knows, but nobody just knows. You get it? Like, you know, but you don't know. And I guess I felt that so big because, like I said, I've been adopted twice and in and out the system everywhere. So I've always been told from people that I was special, I was going to make it, I was going to be far in life, that I had a dope personality like no one other they had met. And I'm going to be real. At first, I thought it was bullshit. Because I know that trick teachers do. You got to tell the kids that shit, that they all special. Even little Brian over there chewing on fucking crayons. Even little Elsa over here eating fucking glue. You got to tell all of them that they're going to be special and go far in life. Even little Casey, who keeps pissing her pants. Even though we've went to the bathroom and she purposely waits till we get back in the class to piss in the seat. All them kids, they all destined for greatness, right? You see what I'm saying? So I thought it was always bullshit when I was told that growing up. Because I'm like, you supposed to tell people that shit. I know. I just seen you tell Johnny that shit. And Johnny just farted the whole fucking ABCs. But it's cool. So, you see what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Okay, it's some bullshit. Until I want to say, when can I say? I guess I can say college, really. After having my daughter and really going to college, really, is when I could say I realized how special I was, really. And I realized how much I really did have in store for me. Because, I don't know, it's just, it's things you can't explain. It's hard to explain it. I have to give you, like, stories, and I can't even remember them off the top of my head. But what I'm getting at is, I realized then how special I was, and that they weren't bullshitting me, you know? They were telling the truth. But they was bullshitting, you know, Casey and all the other ones. I feel sorry for them. But those were serious talents. This nigga was eating crayons and farting the ABCs. That's some serious shit. So they should be farther than me by now, for real. But anyway, so it just got me going on, you know what? That's true. I am special. I'm very special. And it's time that I start, I'm not going to say acting like it, but embracing it and trying to act on it. Because a little motivation, fun fact, little dupe for y'all, is I realized that work ain't gonna get out there and get done. You gotta do it. And that's what I realized. After I left my first radio job at my alma mater, it was real bad. It was real bad. It was real toxic. So this is just a little motivation for anybody who really, you know, wants to, you know you can make it. So I hope I'm able to look. I'm not even gonna say I'm hope. I am. And I'm real big on claiming things. So I can't even believe I said that. But I am gonna look back on this video and laugh and enjoy sharing it. And, you know, just realizing that I was once there in my house, in my couch, in my room, on my whole little setup, and now I'm wherever I'm at, doing great in life. But I remember after I lost my first radio job, guys, it was right after I had graduated. I started working back for that institution because they had just built a radio station. So I was the first personality that had ever been on the radio station. And I loved my job. I loved it. I did it first. It was amazing. I was doing what I loved. I had found my special thing. It was amazing. It was an all-time high for me. And it slowly started becoming too good to be true. And I realized that. One, it wasn't nowhere near as professional as it should have been. It was literally, you know, it was just, I hate to put it, we know how HBCUs can be. I'm going to just leave it there. It just could have been way better. It was, you know, money was not there like it should have been at all. People were getting kind of shitty in a way, you know. I had worked the whole month for free, to be honest, and I had never told nobody that, but I did. I worked the whole month for them for free, and they never back paid me. They purposely, continuously gave me what's the word I'm looking for? Gave me the impression that I was going to get paid, and they did not. And then they basically gave me like there's nothing we can do. You know, you just got to wait. And I waited and never got, you know, the back pay, but I continued working and received the pay for the future products I had produced. Or projects I had done. But anyway, yeah. So after that, you know, I wound up getting into it real bad with my boss. My boss came off on me. That's when I first realized it was too good to be true. Because at first, I had a dope-ass coworker that was pretty awesome. Then I thought I had a dope-ass boss that was cool. He was older, but he was younger. Although his age might have been older, he acted younger, looked younger, and he was cool. You know, he was real hip to the things that were trending topics, the things that the public liked, or the modern day generations, you know, were into, the music, all of that. So, you know, it's perfect. However, it was always too good to be true. He eventually did wind up coming off on me one day. It was very awkward. It was through text messages. It was just crazy. And yeah, basically that wound up going bad. That's a story for another day, y'all, because I can't get into that right now because that's too deep, that's too juicy. But I'm definitely gonna have to do that. That's gonna be on one of my I got a messy Monday too, so that can be one of my messy Mondays. But anyway, but that basically it was too good to be true. My boss wound up trying to hit on me. Was married with kids, guys. It was just fucking crazy, and it really hurt because anybody who knows me knows I'm real big on. I don't like that shit when guys that I look at you as a friend or a brother and you come off on me. Once again, that's another video. While out of all people, me is not the person to try that shit with. That shit will make me go from 0 to 100 real fast. And that's a background story on why, but that's another video. Anyway, so once that happened, that's when I realized this job is not going to last. Instantly in my head, I knew this job was not going to last, but I tried to keep my motivation high because I was like, you know what? Do not let one person depict your whole job, your career, what you're good at, So I said, okay. So I tried to put that aside. The little flirtation things continued. Then it got to the point where I really had to put him in his place. Like, look, stop, okay? You have a wife and kids. I'm a black woman. You're a black man. I don't condone in that, breaking homes and all that. No. And it was at that moment when I realized everything shifted. At that moment, it became a conflict of interest. He would throw salt on my name. He'd purposely not tell me about certain things going on so I could look unprepared and not ready. He purposely would not try to show me or teach me things that he knew would help benefit me and, my job there, not only in my career, but my job there. Like, just do all kind of things. He purposely, him and my other coworker would purposely do that thing where they gang up on me in a way. Like, if I was discussing or debating with one of them, the other one would hop in and they double team me. It was like fucking clockwork. It would never fail. So it got to the point it was beyond toxic. It was beyond toxic, uncomfortable. It was a male-dominated place for me. It was. And that was my first time dealing with it. And believe it or not, I believe I stood my ground strong. But looking back, it was too strong. I let them get under my skin too much. I was literally being a woman. I was. I let them get under my skin too much. I showed it. And my temper, ooh, boy, I had a temper on me. And it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was bad still. I do things in the act of anger, like try to go tell on someone, or when I know that it would get them in deeper trouble than it should have probably, or I would purposely not want to do certain interviews. I don't want to do that then. How about that? And really, in reality, who was that hurting me? You see what I'm saying? Because that was making that interview, not saying forget the artist, but that was more so for me, for clout. Because when they blow up, I can say I interviewed them. That interview can get broadcasted everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So it hurt no one but me. But motivation was at an all-time high at first, and then it went real low. Once I realized it was too good to be true, that things were getting toxic. It just was no longer my dream. And I realized it was not going to last. It was no longer the matter of, it was just really when. So yeah, it was the matter of when. That's what it was. It was about when it was going to happen, because it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. So I tried to make sure I kept myself prepared. And sure enough, the contracts, expired, and mine didn't get renewed. They renewed my coworkers. Mine didn't get renewed. And to this day, I know why it was. I had ruffled too many feathers. I was the youngest employee there. Let alone I had freshly graduated the year before. Not even a year apart before I started working there. So I had ruffled a lot of older people's feathers. I wasn't getting paid. I was getting paid shit. So it wasn't like it was $1,500 a month. I could barely pay bills with that. So, and it was all toxic. Even the way it left off. That's why I didn't even chase the job. I literally just let it go. Because, excuse me, basically they were on some stuff like, they wanted me to work for free until they broke the contracts up, until they dug up the money to pay me again, because like I told you, I had worked a month for free then, but that's just my story. Let me cut off, because I'm literally telling you a whole nother story that has nothing to do with, well, it does have something to do with motivation, but it's the principle of motivation, how I lost it all in that sense. And that was about a year ago. So I have not been working for the radio station for, I want to say, about a year now. So, told myself I was going to take a year off to just like really focus and get my content up and really work on my, my talents talking. But, it has been coming together surprisingly. This fresh of breath air, this whole pandemic, literally, this quarantine, I don't know about you guys, but it's been a blessing in disguise for me. It's been nothing but for me to help to dig up and stack my motivation for me to really look and truly how blessed and talented I am, because that's a fact. I am special, and as much as I tried to run from it, like in those past years, I had to realize I was. And that was the other thing that I guess that I wanted to also throw in there too, with the motivation with my old job. My boss continuously would try to like downplay my talent, my personality. He would never want to tell me how special I was. He would just never want to. You see, like, I remember he would tell me, perfect example. I remember I interviewed King, T.I.'s son. And I remember him telling me, when they come in here, no, I'm lying. It wasn't King. It wasn't, I did interview King, but that's not the interview. It was HD. I interviewed an artist from New York called HD. He's fucking amazing. He's just talented. He's a breath of fresh air for New York and the younger generation. It's just amazing. Anyway, I interviewed HD, and I would never forget, my boss was telling me beforehand, you know, don't do too much. For real. Don't, just calm down. Don't do too much. Don't be doing all that crazy stuff you do. Don't be, you know, just don't do too much. Try to really like, and I'm not gonna lie, I've always been funny and real, you know, bold, and had a lot of pride, so I never let people know when they get to me. But I'm not gonna lie, and my face when he told me was like, oh, okay, sure. Inside it was really like a, okay. Because what was doing too much? To me, I didn't think I did too much. You know, that was when you really realize somebody doesn't think your jokes are funny, I guess, in a way. So, you know, it made me, like, really let me chill out. So, I was going to chill out that interview. Ironically, HD happened to come too early for his interview, so we had extra time to talk. And that's gold to me. I love being able to, if I have any, I don't give a fuck if it's 2 minutes. If I have any time before an interview to talk with the artist or whoever I'm interviewing, I'm going to do it. Because I need that conversation to be already warmed up. You see, so when we sit in those chairs and that camera cuts on, it's not new no more. We already kind of know how we talk. You see what I'm saying? I like doing that. It's like a must for me. Anyway, we started doing that, and we hit it off instantly. We clicked. We were talking. It was amazing conversation. It was just, and then it got to the point they had to shut us up and tell us, like, guys, okay, come on, go get in front of the cameras. Y'all can finish this in front of the cameras, because we were just hitting it off. And we got in the interview. The interview went over. It literally went over because we kept talking too much. Like, his boss, my boss is trying to get us to shut up. They behind the cameras like, stop. Like, come on, wrap it up. So we wrapped it up, and we're laughing because we like, yo, we gonna get in trouble. And it was just amazing. I would never forget. It was so real that after that, guys, I don't think I was working for the station no more. And HD's people hit me up and was like, look, HD has a music review and he really wants you to do it. And I was like, oh, really? That's amazing. He was like, yeah. He was like, he himself said he wants Mooch from the college. And I was like, he was like, I personally, this is exactly what, I kid you not, guys, this is what his managers told me. The person that contacted me said, I'm going to be honest. I wanted Jessica from next door, from Nosy Neighbor News. I wanted Miss Jessica. HD wanted you, so we're going to go with you. So that alone was a excitement and a huh at the same time, but more so excitement because it was like of course the producer and the people who've been in the industry longer, they know who they want to get. They want to get the people who are in the in crowd, like Miss Jessica. They don't want the people like me who are trying to climb. But I would never forget HD for that, never. Because, you know, for him to pick me, like, it was just like he remembered. You see, that he remembered me doing too much, as my boss said. He remembered that. And that will forever stay with me because someone told me I was doing too much. And when I did too much, it did just enough for me. So that's very motivating for me. I feel like I was just talking to myself just then. But yeah, and I really feel like you should always jump. Don't ever let nobody tell you you're doing too much. Or if they said you're doing too much, do more. You know? Somebody else might like it. And I think that really just, once again, you remember how I talked about those things that go over our heads and we don't really catch it? That was one of those things that always went over my head. When people are like, you know, some people are not going to like you, some people are going to love you. It always went over my head and I never grasped it till now when they said that, when I thought about that. Because it was like, he must not like what I do so much. But that somebody is out there laughing at me. Somebody out there thinks I'm funny as shit. Somebody out there is like, I want to fucking meet this girl. Somebody out there is like, I want to be her friend. I want to fucking, I don't know, hold her hand. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It's just somebody out there is like that. And I'm okay with that. Even if it's 2 fucking people, probably 3. You know, if it's a lady with old cats and she's old and she has a bunch of cats. If it's a man who masturbates on his keyboard, it has like 30 membership Pornhub, you know, ID cards. I'm cool with that. as long as it's 2 people. You see what I'm saying? And it'll grow to more people with bigger membership accounts. But seriously, so yeah, that's my motivation. Motivated me, and it made me feel better right now. So you know what? I think I just figured something out, guys. Pause before I let you guys go. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna for now make these videos about me. I'm not about me, but I've noticed that like after I get done doing interviews or videos, I feel better. I feel different. And it's because I was doing what I love. That could be it. So yeah, I feel better. So it motivated me, you know. Damn. So now I hope my messy Mondays don't make me feel messy after. Well, you're gonna have to wait till next Monday to see if it make me feel messy.